Hello everyone, this is Anna from Savvy Cat Realty, and today I'm here to talk to you about the US election results and how it may affect Europe and of course specifically Portugal. For those of you who don't know, Savvy Cat Realty is a relocation and investment agency that helps expats move to Portugal in a sustainable way. We are a team of locals that tries to attenuate the impact and help expats move in a positive way that helps both locals and expats settling into this new life by giving all the information and trying to avoid the expats inflating prices. We work with both rentals and purchases and work from a sustainability standpoint, both economically and socially. Going back to today's topic, which is a rather impactful one, which is the results of the US election in 2024. As we all know by now, Trump has won, and what impact may this have in the European Union? Well, first of all has been the economic impact. The dollar has gone up, so it may be a good time to buy euros. There is a lot of speculation whether or not the dollar will hold up, as last time Trump won, the same pattern happened, and then the dollar ended up lowering due to the uncompliancy of certain policies or just non-forwarding of certain policies. It is, of course, a major concern regarding the safety of minorities and the solution for the social and health issues in the US, and I believe a lot of people are concerned on that end. We will have to see as things develop, but the feedback that I get is that a lot of people are looking into the option of leaving. So it is theorized that it's likely going to be an American immigration wave in Europe. And Portugal, being a very popular destination, it's likely going to be on that wave. So going into why people choose Portugal and why is Portugal so popular for this? First of all, Portugal is fairly safe. It's a fairly neutral country. Portuguese politicians are known for being very moderate in good and bad ways, which means they tend to not to take drastic sides and to get along with everyone. So we tend not to be very impacted on the long term with the overall changes, although of course we are impacted through economics and so on. But overall, Portugal tends to stay a pretty safe country to be in. And of course, it has the lovely climate, wonderful culture, beautiful landscapes, and very, very affordable cost of life. So I was shocked when I was in the US how high the cost of life is there. Here in Portugal, you can get by with 750 euros per month plus housing expenses, which vary drastically depending on location. I go into this more deeply on other videos and on our monthly webinars. Our next one is just tomorrow on the Saturday with Serenity. And we will be talking exactly about healthcare and converting healthcare from the US to Portugal and all these other relevant issues that you may face if you are considering relocating to Portugal and Europe. So overall, we have definitely been getting a lot of interest and a lot of queries and a lot of our clients saying that a lot of their friends want to come. So we are definitely expecting a big wave coming, and you should come prepared, and please be aware and be mindful when during your relocation. You are welcome in Portugal, but please be mindful of how you do it so that you can integrate in a sustainable way, that so it is positive for both you and the local community. Of course, one of the big things that is end up being the attraction of Portugal is the high quality, low cost healthcare. So healthcare is a big factor for a lot of people, especially people with chronic conditions or retirement that fear they may have future issues. So these will give you a lot of peace of mind. We have both public and private health insurance, both of which are drastically cheaper than in the US. You have access to Europe here in Portugal. You can go everywhere and you have low-cost flights, and it's pretty easy to move around using those, and internationally too. So Portugal is a pretty good connection hub. And then you also have great food, in which Lisbon was recently elected the food capital of the world. So I think that says a bit. And we also have a video that will be explaining a bit more about the food culture that is going to release soon. And then we also have the self-sustenance visas. The self-sustenance visas end up being quite popular because you just need to prove that you are able to sustain yourself. And this is, of course, important because, like every other country, immigration is an issue. And it is important to be able to provide for yourself when you come to a different country. And it's also important to know that the job market in Portugal is not great. And that is not a fortunate thing at all. So it is much more advisable that you come with a strategy when it comes to your own economic sustenance, whether that be being a digital nomad and being able to work from Portugal, or just have already an employment contract, or already having a plan for your own income, whatever may that be. So overall, I don't highly recommend looking for a job in Portugal. There are definitely needs for certain positions, especially more specialized ones, but the pay will be very different than the one you get in the US. And that is generally a problem because the Portuguese minimum wage is around 800 euros. And the rent in Lisbon is 1,000 for a one-bedroom minimum. So you can see that is not very sustainable. And it's important that this wave of immigrants to be conscious of the impact they may have in the local economy. And this can be a good impact or a bad impact depending on how it's managed, because truth is Portugal has been sustained by foreign investment in a lot of ways, and a lot of the renovation that took up in the big cities in Portugal was due to foreign investment and was very, very positive. We also have a lot of tourism and so on. So this foreign investment does create a lot of jobs and can be very positive for the locals, as long as it's done mindfully and doesn't completely exclude them. So do keep in mind the sustainability of these relocations when you come, and try to be informed in order not to overpay. Do keep in mind also that the Portuguese market is fairly under-regulated, so you do really have to be careful with who you work with to make sure you get the right, correct, and honest information, because it will be on the seller's agent's best interest to sell the house for more, which is, of course, what you should do as a seller agent. And it's also legal to represent both sellers and buyers here in Portugal. So be very, very aware of that, because generally the seller's agents will tell you that the price is good and you may be paying significantly more than a local will. So do keep that in mind when you are considering your relocation. So this is especially important for those that may be considering relocating, or not relocating yet, but making a purchase on the housing, on the real estate market as a safety plan. And I believe this is perfectly valid. But once again, be very aware of how you make this purchase. And Portugal can be a great market. It has been rising, and it is still rising in a lot of cities. Lisbon can be a bit more stagnant, but the interest has not going down, neither has the prices. So it won't have such an increase in price, but it won't have a decrease either. So it's still a safe investment. Although some other locations and smaller locations can be more interesting from a value gain perspective of the property itself. Generally, you also have to be aware of the different renting policies here in Portugal. You have the short-term rentals, which are called alojamento local and are very restricted at the moment. And then you have the long-term rentals that are generally advised to be more than 6 months, but there are some loopholes that need to be investigated. If you are indeed considering either purchasing a second home or an investment property for safety purposes and for backup plan purposes here in Portugal, or indeed fully relocating to Portugal, we can help you. We are a team of locals. We work in the whole country and we work from a lifestyle perspective. We will help you find the most suitable location for your own needs. We understand that you don't know our country well. You're not supposed to. We are here to help you figure out what is the best match, both when it comes to location and to the property itself, and to make sure you make a good purchase that is fair on the local market too. And with that, the current team that I have is a highly trained team that has been working with me for more than 2 years. All of them have been for more than 2 years. So they are very good at their jobs, and I'm very confident in the work they do. And we are a small team, and it's very important for me to make sure that we provide a high quality service. So I am going to be, and I'm always limiting the amount of clients that each agent has. So we are currently a team of 8, in which 5 are agents, and each agent will only have 8 to 10 active clients at a time, and this is managed according to rentals and purchase, and which are more active and time consuming. And this is once again to make sure that we maintain a high standard of service and that everyone gets the attention they deserve. So it's very likely that we will once again go into a point where we'll have a wait list. So if you are planning to start your relocation process until the beginning of the next year, so until January, I highly advise to at least start and secure your spot now, because I don't know how fast these spots will go. And as I said, we are a small team that highly values providing a high quality service. And once the spots are full, I will be closing them and opening them as the processes are finished. And of course, I aim to increase the team, but that is a long process, that it takes a long time to train people to be good at what we do. And like I said, I'm very confident in the team I have now. So I really do hope we are able to help people right now integrating into Portugal in the best possible way. So I believe this more or less sums the important things about the elections and how it will affect Portugal. And the only other thing I would like to add is that I am indeed concerned, especially for minorities in the US. We work with a lot of people from the LGBTQ community and so on. And I believe love is love, and no matter who you love, what you have in your legs, or who you bring to your bed, it's none of others' business as long as you are happy. And it shouldn't be a factor of discrimination, hate, or violence. And although Portugal is not a perfect place, and there is still some machismo and some more conservative culture, thankfully that rarely delves into violence, and I can still say that our country is safe. So I hope that things develop in a positive way worldwide. As a European world citizen, I am concerned, especially for the war situation, knowing how rash Trump is known to be. But I really hope things turn out for the best in the end. And I wish everyone a positive next year and that their life becomes better. So this is my update for this week. We have a weekly update every Friday, so feel free to subscribe if you find this content useful. As you know, this is mostly for people looking to relocate or live in Portugal, and we try to provide as much useful information as possible. We also have a blog and all the information about our services in www.savvycatrealty.com. You can contact us there directly. You can also book a free clarification call with one of my agents and get the process started and get your question answered. And I hope to see you all again next week. Bye!